I'm Cher Johnson. Welcome to my happy place. Today, I'm taking this out because I don't like it. Um, and I gotta tell you, and this is the reason I turned on the camera. It's not that it's not pretty. It's okay. It's not what was in my head when I started. It's just very different from what I had in my head. There was a Pinterest post that I saw that was really cool that I really liked, and I was going to do that. Couldn't find it later. So I just went with, you know, whatever. And I when I finished it, I thought I'd sit with it for a bit because I didn't like it when I finished it. Thought I'd sit with it for a bit. I still don't like it. So I'm just taking it out because I'm allowed. We're allowed to do that. I also wanted to come on camera and talk to you a bit about your own personal style. So there's a lady on Facebook who has her she's just kind of messy, kind of not messy, wonky is the term. When she does stuff, it's kind of wonky. A lot of people do. If you watch Rachel Roxy's Creation, Rachel Roxbury, and her sister Sarah, there Rachel says, she likes it a little bit wonky. Even K3N, I forget what it is, K3N Cloth Tales or something. Anyways, she talks about embracing. They all talk about how you just embrace the wonkiness. I have tried to embrace the wonkiness. Sometimes I can, and sometimes it just really bothers me. And I decided it's okay if I, you can be wonky if you want to be wonky. That's fine. And I like that sometimes. When I do it, I don't know, my brain kind of goes tilt. It doesn't like it. So I'm going to do me. I like my stitch guides and my very precise, like, look at this one. It looks to me, it looks very precise and organized. And some people, it would drive them nuts to try to emulate that. But that's fine. You don't have to. Um, and this one, a lot of people would find that really easy to do and to just do their own wonkiness. Sorry, it's not me. So I'm going to take this off. Finish taking this off camera, and we're going to put in a new seam here, a new seam treatment. I think I'm going to do the triangular feather stitch that I just did in my stitch dictionary, because I like it a lot, and I can see it very precise and perfect looking, and with lots of added things. So that's what we're going to do after I finish tearing this up. What I have here is some Tuscan olive. This is from Color Streams. I think there's 3 strands here. And I'm going to do a I'm going to do a triangular feather stitch. And I think I want to go sideways and not down. And yes, I put the little dots in there because that's what I do. I go over here to this dot and back between the two and wrap. And then go to this dot. There's a knot back there. Let's not get the knot. Skip a dot and go up a dot. That's going to leave us this nice that huge gap there to put something in there. To figure out what's going to go in that gap next. Now I'm going to make sure I'm not stitching down anything that shouldn't be stitched down. I think I sort of had the realization as I was ripping out that seam that it's something that my mother, when we were young, I talked to my sister about this one time. My mother would rip out seams. If she didn't like it, she would rip out the seam. Talked to my sister about it once, and she said, Mom ripped out your seams for you? She used to make me do it. I was like, yeah, she probably knew that I wouldn't. Like, I think that I couldn't see what was wrong with it. You know? If it was maybe a little not too straight, I didn't care. You know? I was a kid, I was just learning. I was like 5 when she first started teaching me to sew. And I remember the first little dress that I made. Uh-oh. Now that will bother me. So I have to figure out how. Yeah, see? I need to. Sometimes you have to pet them a bit and get them back in line. Get in line there. I don't like to thread needles on camera. But there, that works better than trying to mess with it. Oh, that's funny. Anyway, that's probably where I got that from. So my mother used to rip out our seams. Now you're going to see all my little idiosyncrasies. Idio. Oh, I'll be back. Okay. Sometimes I don't show that kind of stuff because sometimes it's just a little bit embarrassing, I think. But you know what? I'm going to embrace it because I am rather particular and I'm not going to let it bother me. If you want to be wonky, you can be wonky. And if I want to be very precise, then I can be. That stuff doesn't happen with pearl cotton. And maybe I'll switch to pearl cotton. Because I'm having a day today. Having a day. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's, well, it's not really long enough, is it? We'll have 6. I don't like even numbers, but today it'll have to do. Because you know. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not crazy about the 6. But it's going to have to do. I think I can get one more little stitch in there. All right, now I'm going to end off. Can I get one more? Sometimes the amount of thread that I have on the needle determines the design, which might be silly, and I bet other people do it as well. Okay, now I'm going to end off, and I'm going to iron out the dots and decide what thread to use next and what I'm going to do next. Okay, I did quite a bit off camera. Actually, I ended up taking it out and I did it again because I wanted it longer. Then I did, let me see, I used the silk. I don't have it here, sorry. I used the silk to do some tan, just little straight stitches, little triangle, and then I used the green again to do the inside. I put these on with some gold, which I really like. I decided I want to show you how I'm going to stitch these together. Realize that I hadn't shown you how I put them together, put these together. So I'm going to show you, this is a technique that Sherry Iris uses. See, I made dots there so that I could line those up. I folded under the edges. This one I took off the backing so that I can, that's just easier for me. And then I folded this edge under as well. I'm going to line up my dots. And if I had pins here, I would use pins. I cleaned up and I moved all the pins. But I do have needles here. And they work. So there. This is, it feels like it's a lot like when you do English paper piecing. And I have some white thread here. It's off-white. It's this Seuss Bargo number 8 pearl. Color is EZ97. I don't have my glasses on. Might help. Oh, that's bitter. All right, I'm just going to go to the edge. It's more than just a couple of threads in, because I do sort of want it to show. And I'm going to go about 1/8 of an inch. And you know what? I have a thing. Where's my thing? Here it is. This is 1/8 of an inch. This is a 1/2 centimeter. Oh, because you know how I am. I like it to be precise. And then I'm not going to pull too tight. Well, maybe I should pull kind of tight. All right. I'm not going to make you watch me do this whole thing. I don't have a lot to jibber jabber about today. So I'm going to do this and come back. That one's a little far in. It's okay. You know what we'll do? I'm just going to check. See, I put those two a little bit further in. Let's just check. To see how it looks. Oh, see? Now, here, you can't really see them very well because I didn't go as far down in the fabric. These ones here, you can kind of see. It's because I went further down. And I think I think I want it to show. So I'm going to come back here and do my folded edge again. Those aren't really matched up, but it's okay. The ones at the top aren't either. All right, I'm going to put my little thingy back here. And then I can hold it right at the edge. And then if I go in, right at the edge of that thingy, then they'll all be the same sort of depth. They'll be the same, you know what I mean. And that is how my mind works. I love the little all the straightness, the what do you call it? Oh yeah. All right, I'll be back. Okay, so there's that. Now that's an opportunity for another seam treatment there. The other thing is that I want to do, like between these two, I want to put some stuff in there, maybe some flowers, or I have a different idea for that. But for right now, this one needs some color. And I have this blue silk lame braid. Got it at a thrift store. So I'm just going to take this, and I think I'm just going to do some straight stitches or French knots. Something, something. Let's just see. And I might do a thing and then take it out and decide to do something else. But I'm going to let you watch me. All right. I am rather partial to colonial knots. Goes back this way and around that way. And then, now because I don't have a milliner's needle here, I'm not going to pull too tight. This is a chenille needle, looks like maybe a 20 or a 22. Someone in a Facebook group said that, or in my Facebook group said that I don't always tell what needle I'm using. I always make sure to tell what thread. If I don't say what thread I'm using, someone will ask. And, you know, I'm doing this, today's Thursday. You might not see it until Saturday. And I'll forget. So she wanted to know what needles I use. And I told her mostly I just pick up whatever's there, whatever I can fit the thread onto. It has to have a big enough eye, you know. For knots, it's important that you have a milliner's needle. And for French knots, colonial knots, bullion knots, all the knots. All right. I'm liking this. All right. I'm going to do those. And then I don't know if I'm going to do more, but what I am going to do, I have this book. Let me just Let me stand up. There we go. And it has all these embroidery things in it that are really cute. I think I got it on Amazon. Isn't he cute? This is where they have lots of, I think they have 2 or 3 different bees. Little frog. So I'm going to fill in with some of these spaces. I'm going to fill in with some of these little things. So I'm going to finish these, pick out a design and some threads, and I'll be back. It's a beautiful day here today. She's really happy. Looking out the window. All right, now I'm doing a different thing that I thought I would share with you. See this? I had it tacked down, but I took it up to sew this seam together. So what I'm doing here, this is just some cotton. This is just some crochet thread that I had sitting on my desk and a needle. And I'm tacking it down, but I'm making the stitches go to the left, to the right, pointing down, pointing up, so that when I get done, you can kind of see the stitches there, and I'll go back in with more and do some seed stitches so that it looks like part of the design and not just some fussy thing that I was doing. Because I do fussy things. Okay, in the book that I showed you earlier, it tells you how to make a tapered bullion knot. And I thought, oh, that's so cool, because I didn't know how that was happening. So, and now I know. So I'm going to do one on purpose, and I'm going to show you how you do that. And then you know how to avoid it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. First of all, you're supposed to wrap clockwise. I think I saw somebody else do counterclockwise, and I don't know. So then if you pull through, this is a milliner's needle. It's a number 1, I believe. You pull through and then pull down and pull tight. You pull really tight. So you're pulling those threads at this end, and you get like a tapered bullion knot. All right. Now, well, that's going to be the middle one. Now I'm going to do one. It's not very tapered. And I'm going to do one with 14 wraps. And these, I don't really care if they're tapered or not. One, two, three, four. The other thing is, see how the wraps are spaced out at the beginning there? I need to pull them down and make sure that they're wrapped evenly. Okay, now I'm going to pull through, and I'm not going to pull really tight. I'm just going to pull down and go through to the back. So I think what I was doing is I was just pulling too tight. Now let's do one the other direction, and I want to make it a little bit tapered for the little tail, the little ducky tail. This one's going to have 19 wraps. Okay. Now I'm going to be sure that I pull really tight. See how it tightens up these at the bottom? And they'll make a little tail. All right. Now, I drew in a pattern there, and I totally didn't follow it. So next I'm going to do okay. Looking at my book. All right, next I'm going to do, it says 7 to 9 wraps. So let's start at the bottom here, and we'll do like 9 wraps. I don't know if I want it there. I can put his beak in the water if it's too far down. I might not have enough thread. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. There we go. I don't want them too tight because I won't be able to get the needle through. Alrighty. Now I'm going to get more thread. I just realized I didn't tell you which threads I have. In this book, it, it, it gives you patterns and directions and all that. And it tells you which threads, it uses DMC threads, which I always like when a book uses DMC threads and then tells you what numbers they used, which means you can get the colors the same. I don't have the colors that are in the book, but I thought I'd just tell you this is 676. That's the yellow that I'm using. And I'll just take this. The little beak is going to be 921. The water is going to be 807. And then I have 3781 for a little eye and some, I don't remember what they called it in there, but we call it cattails. I'm going to do some of that too. All right. And I don't know if I mentioned, I'm using 2 strands. I'm going to do this off camera because I messed up. So that one had 7 wraps. No, that one had 9 wraps, right? This one I'm going to do 7 wraps. Teeny tiny things on camera is not very easy. But I do love teeny tiny things. I used to do miniatures. Made a little miniature house. And I ended up giving it away. And then went to her house when she was moving away, and she had it for sale at a garage sale. So that's kind of unfortunate, right? Having trouble because there's a knot back there. Let's just go look and see. Pull the knot out for just a second. There we go. All right, what did I say? 7 wraps? 1, 2, 3, 7. And I know other people don't mess with it like I do, but I don't know. I feel like I'm still practicing. I've probably done hundreds of these bullion knots. Oh, I don't like it. All right, I'll come back. Okay, I took out both of those before I realized that the first one was connected to those. So I'm going to try to hide that. I might have to, I'll put a dab of glue on the back. But I'm going to try to hide that little tail. In this one, I think I'm going to do 7 wraps. Seven. All right. I pulled it too tight. All right. Oh. All right, that is kind of cute. time I think I'm going to do 6 wraps. Kind of wonky. I didn't hold on to it long enough, and it kind of came unraveled a bit. I'm going to say it's fine and move on. Okay. That's just funny. I threaded all my needles and then pushed them to the side and lost them. Okay, the beak has a detached chain stitch. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger at the top. Try to make it teeny tiny. I have 1 strand of this embroidery floss. And don't like it. So these are sort of hard to do on camera. I don't know if you can see. Yes, you can see. I'm putting an extra stitch right down the center of that. Okay, this I have a number 5 milliner's needle here. I'm going to come in here with a little French knot, little 1 wrap French knot for the eye. How cute is that? Oh my gosh. Okay, now I'm going to do a stitch or 2 to anchor this thread, because if I do the cattails and I don't like them, I can take it out and I won't have to worry about it, you know, unraveling. All right. So it says to do a bullion knot with 1 strand and 9 wraps. We'll see. It doesn't tell you what needle to use, so let's just give it a shot. 2, 3, 4. That looks pretty good. I think I wrapped them a little too tight. All right. Oh, it's so wonderful outside today. I love the winter weather in Southern California. It's got a nice slight breeze. So I think it said to use a stem stitch for this, but I'm going to use a back stitch. So it's a nice thin little line. Oh yeah, that's good. I'm not going to try to do one. I used a different marker so that I wouldn't have to use heat to remove it. Because I um, I ruined a butterfly. I had a plastic butterfly over here, and when I ironed the dots from this seam, I ironed the butterfly. So I have dots here that are not all the way gone because I tried to just tried to get those out without tried to get the blues out, that one from the back. Didn't really do a very good job. So I have one strand of my blue, and I'm doing a stem stitch. And let's get some water and take away that blue and see see if I need another. I'm using my cat's water. Oh, yeah, let's do one more short line right in there. Now, I think okay. I think I can do another one, another little ducky. What do you think? Is that cute? Is that cute as heck or what? All right, I'll be back. So this one I'm doing upside down, and the middle one I have 9 wraps. 6. And I want it to be maybe a little bit tapered. And then this one, okay, this one's going to be the tail. And we're going to do 14 wraps. Let's just go to do the next one. This one's going to have 11 wraps. My Mitzi's playing in her little spot there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sometimes she does really cute things while I'm filming, and I can't just stop what I'm doing and take a picture or a little video of her because she's doing really cute things. Oh gosh. If you have cats, you know. And I always love to see other people, other YouTubers, when they show their cats. Because, you know, I have a cat and I love it. All right. So that one is a little, let me just end this off here. This one is a little, look, he's dunking his head, his butt's in the air. I think it's just adorable. So we'll put some water in right underneath him. I have one strand of DMC floss. I probably could have used 2, but here's the other thing we're going to do. We're going to do little splashes. Let's try a little, let's do 2 wraps. 2 wrap French knot. And a little tiny detached chain stitch. Let's put it down here. A little detached chain stitch. Oh, might be really cute too. Does that look like a little drop of water? I think it does. Let's do another one. Let's try a 1 wrap this time. Little tiny drop of water. Hopefully I'm not in the same hole, because then it would just disappear. Oh, there it is. All right. Now I'm going to do, I'm going to do a running stitch here. Doesn't say to do that in the directions, but I don't care. We can do whatever we want, right? I'm going to go back this way. And do another running stitch. I think that looks like ripples of water. Put a couple more stitches in there. Now she's cleaning herself. I heard somewhere that cats clean themselves after they eat. She does it a lot. She does it all the time. She's constantly cleaning herself. Now she's scratching at her little post. All right. I think I need more cattails. I think I'm going to do those off screen. Probably have. I'm probably already at half an hour. I'll do that and be back. This time I have 2 strands. And yeah. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull this down and tack it down there. Ho ho, isn't that clever of me? Put one more of those in there because I'm liking it. That one's much better. Nice. And then I want to do just some little grasses. It's not in the book, but it was in my head. No, I think it needs a little more water. Maybe not. Okay, that's my video for today. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.